Well, hey! Hello! Hello! Let's see who comes on. Because that 12 pills down to 1 is quite frankly fantastic. And it makes me really happy. So I told you about this yesterday. I was gonna tell you about somebody, I'm not gonna say who it is, but tell you about somebody who has made this significant achievement. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? So, this all fits in as well. This all fits in because I had an unsubscribe yesterday morning, okay? So the email I sent out yesterday was about going to get a health check because I went to get one last week because I'm 40. So Zoe's on, we've got the whole family on. Hey, I went to get a health check last week and they took my cholesterol. Okay, so I wrote about it and said, look, if you're of that age and you haven't had it done, go and get it done, because it's better to know than to not know, right? And then after that email, I mean, obviously it's an amalgamation of loads of other emails. After that email, I got an unsubscribe. I'll read it for you now, so people can unsubscribe and leave. Hey, people can unsubscribe. Well, you texted each other as well. People can unsubscribe and leave comments, right? So this guy, excuse the grammar, when I write and stuff like that, I just bang it out, so the grammar might not be very good and all that sort of stuff and the way I talk, but who cares? Anyway, this one is not entertaining or motivating for me, as I hate reviewing daily emails filled with rubbish, right? So basically he's trying to tell me I'm full of shit, as far as I can tell. That's what I read into that. So he must have been having a bad day, the weather's hot, maybe he was a bit pissed off, I don't know, right? But basically he doesn't want my help, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, then within an hour, I'm in the park with a few of the fellas having a chat. I was talking to one, and I just said who's come off a lot of medication for blood pressure and cholesterol and all that sort of stuff, like statins, right? They're about a lot. People going about those and the side effects of them and all that sort of stuff. And it was kind of like, this is somebody who's had amazing results across the board. Okay, so I said, I just said, look, out of interest, how many pills were you on? And they said, I was on 12 a day. I had to think about it, like, 12 a day. How many are you on now? 1. That's how much it's changed. That's how much it's changed in 1 year. In 1 year. Through a change of lifestyle, through doing exercise and healthier living, and not living like a monk, still eating the odd crap meal and all that sort of stuff, but just being conscious about it. And that's why when I get emails when I get an unsubscribe like that, I'm like, it doesn't faze me. It used to faze me because I was like, I'm full of shit. It doesn't faze me because I know I've got the results with guys in the park. Another guy came to me today and he was like, I'm going to go and get mine done because I didn't get it done. He's a few years older than 40, and he was like, actually, I never got a letter or anything tells her, he must have missed it or whatever. So he said, I'm going to go and get it done because it's better to know than to not know, because it's, people say like, oh, well, I'm a bit worried about it. Go and get it done. It's free. Why not? So I got mine done last week, and it came out absolutely fine. It's based across, I've got basically, a 2.25% chance of heart disease or cardiovascular problems, so that's fine. But I've got high cholesterol. Right, my cholesterol came out as like 7.4, and it would be 5. Now they want it at 6 or something like that. It keeps changing, but it came out as 7.4, right? So I got a phone call today because the results came in today. So I got a phone call from whoever it was. It was a private number, but it came through, and it was like a switchboard. And the doctor wants to talk to you about your cholesterol. So I was like, that doesn't sound very good, does it? So right, let's make an appointment. She said, can you, the only one we've got within the next couple of weeks is today at 1:30. I was like, right, I'll be there straight away because I wanted to know. I was like, right, So I started worrying about it a little bit. I got a bit worried, and I try to live a healthy lifestyle, right? I still have beers and all that sort of stuff, but I'm like, I try to across. I've got to lead by example, right? I'm teaching guys how to get fitter and stronger and healthier. I've got to lead by example. If I turn up and I've got crap cholesterol, high blood pressure, massive risk of heart disease, right? Why should they listen to me? Yeah, so I was like, right, I need to go and get this checked out. So I got there, felt a bit like apprehensive about it, not too bad, but I started getting a little bit worried about it. Went in, and the doctor says, and then it says it's absolutely fine. So, because it's all about the ratio of HDL to LDL, which is a good and bad cholesterol, for want of a better term. And that's absolutely fine. That was absolutely fine. She was like, yes, it's all fine. And actually, so my risk of coronary heart disease was 2.25% last week. When she put this information it went down to 1.36. It went down to 1.36. So they called me in because I've got high cholesterol, but because of the fact that I've got more good cholesterol, I've got nearly twice as much good cholesterol as I should have, and I've got a little bit more bad cholesterol, but which pushes the ratio up. So it's all about the ratio, which makes it better. It's actually put my risk down. But they still called me back into the doctors to tell me about it. So anyway, that's why I know this stuff works. That's why I know this stuff works. The stuff that I teach the guys in the park, the stuff that I train them with, it's what I do. It's what I do. Okay? So that's why I keep going on about like getting ripped and all that sort of stuff. I've got nothing against that if that's what you want, right? However, I'm not talking to guys who want that. I'm talking to guys who have got health risks that they're seriously worried about and don't know what to do about it. They don't know what to do about it. So they go and join a gym and spend 50 quid a month, get tied into a 12-month contract and go and run on a treadmill to try and run off all the bad lifestyle, the stress, the lack of sleep, all of this sort of stuff. That's why I do this. So this has been really good this last week. I've been to the doctors 3 times in the last 2 weeks. 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I've been for 10 years, and that's because they keep calling me back and saying, oh, your cholesterol's up, or this, or you need a health check. I've been and done it, and everything is absolutely fine, which is great to know, so I feel really good about it. If I'd have done this video saying I'm off to the doctors now to go and get my cholesterol checked, or because they've told me I need to go, they didn't tell me why, they just said you need to go and see the doctor. I was like, oh, I got a bit worried. So if I was doing this video, an hour ago, I would have been very worried. But now I'm not, because I know it's fine. I know it's absolutely fine, because the other thing is, if I had gone in and said, it is bad, we need to do something about it, right? What the hell am I supposed to do? I've been living this lifestyle. What more can I do? I do more exercise than most people, even though that's mainly walking. The actual structured exercise I do, like the kettlebell stuff and all of that, and the strength training and everything, is less than an hour a day. The rest of it is just walking everywhere, going for walks every Wednesday that I've been doing with my backpack on and stuff like that, and it's just keeping me going, which keeps me stronger, which keeps me fitter, which keeps me healthier. So if I'm living this lifestyle and trying to eat well with the odd few bad meals, a few beers here and there, because I'm not a monk, but if I'm living like that and it's still gives me a risk of coronary heart disease, what more have I got to do? That's why I was worried. But as it turns out, it's absolutely fine. And as it turns out, I must know what I'm talking about, because I've helped other guys get to that as well, and they've got proof. This guy was taking 12 pills a day. 12 pills a day. Nobody's done that since Brian Harvey. If you remember that. Back in the day when everyone was doing ecstasy, doing E's all over the shop, and he was like, I have 12 a night and I'm fantastic and all that. What a numpty. Anyway, if you don't remember who Brian Harvey is, Zoe, you probably won't know, go and have a look, and don't like him. You're probably like, this is alright, yeah. Go and have a look at that Christmas #1. When they're like that, Christmas #1 on top of the pops, blimey, go and have a look at that. That'll put your blood pressure up. Anyway, so there you go. Oops, shit. So this stuff works, okay? So that's why when I get emails, I get an unsubscribe like the one I got saying you're full of shit, pal. It's full of rubbish. It's all rubbish. I don't care, because I know it's not. Because I know it works for me. It has worked for me. I know it's worked for the guys in the park. And also, even if the guys in the park don't know where they're at yet, because I've been doing all of this, like I say, one guy came to me today and he said, like, how do I sort out a health check then? Because I never got mine. So he's going to go and get it done. Proactive, there you go. Somebody's going to go and do it because I've been talking about it. Because I wrote an email about it. Because I've done videos about it. He's now going to go and go. That's one person. One extra person. That's who I know of. Maybe some of you guys have gone, right, I'm going to go and get it done. Maybe you've read my emails and said, I'm going to go get it done. Maybe this guy who unsubscribed read my email and said, oh, I'm scared of that. I'm going to unsubscribe because he might tell me more stuff that'll scare me. So therefore it makes him feel rubbish. So he's gone and forget about it. And there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how it is. If that's how you want to be, that's also fine. I just want to try and help raise the awareness of this sort of stuff. So there you go. So if you want to know where I started on all of this, I nearly said on my journey, I hate that. On my journey towards enlightenment and all that sort of care. But no, if you want to know where I started on all this, it's in the program that I'm going to put below. It's right in there. There's a nutrition element to it, which, if you download the program, the nutrition element... I'm not quite sure I know what that means, Paul, but anyway, it's got a nutrition element to it, which would give you really cheap access to my nutrition system that makes all of this easy for you anyway. So you don't even have to worry about all that sort of stuff. It'll sort you right out. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. So download my program. That's where I started. And so that's where I started. And that's kind of roughly based on where I start the guys in the park, except you don't really need much equipment at all. You could do it in the gym. You could do it at home. You can manipulate it a bit so you don't need any equipment. It's just a basic principle of how to get moving and how to control your nutrition without giving everything up to make it super easy so there's no questions, so therefore it's dead easy. Hello Steph, you've just sent me a message. I'll have a look at it in a minute. So there you go. So download the program if you want to. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. And yeah, just have a little think about that. A little bit of food for thought, shall we say. Right, I'm off. See you tomorrow.